Howdy everyone, Nimby here. Today we're just going to do up some Carey Specials. Gonna start our thread in right at our tie-in point there, about a bobbin width ahead of the eye. And we'll bring that right back to the barb and then back a couple wraps there. Hey, morning Val. Good to have you and me. Well, that's why I had it on there. Now, who doesn't like some chocolate milk? And for the tail, we're just going to be using red pheasant rum, which is actually up by the shoulders. Got beat up. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. People can be jerks. Oh, you mean in the reenactment stuff? I thought you meant someone. I thought you meant. I thought you meant someone jumped you. My bad. I mistook that. Glad to hear. You had me there for a second. Hey, morning. Thanks for dropping like, mate. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to find where I put my copper. There we go. Hey, I'm just gonna tie in our copper wire. Hopefully you have a good day at work, mate. I'll be there in a couple hours. I got tomorrow off because tomorrow's my birthday. Play a good bit of video games and relax and do a bunch of tying. Thanks, mate. Hopefully I get to see you tomorrow. There you go. Thanks, I appreciate the happy birthday. Yeah, that's quite the nightmare. He's over the pond. Dyna King, Barracuda. And no, I didn't pay $1,000 for it like the price tag is. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks. Or I would never pay what they ask for it. It's good advice, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth $1,000. It'll last me my lifetime though. The thing's built like a tank. I could stand on it. Sorry, just adjusting my stream stuff. There we go. And just getting some peacock out. Just regular old peacock fawns. There we go. Yeah, actually, I just caught. I think, were you showing those on your stream there? Because I think I just caught that. I was only in there for a minute because I was on my break just going to the bathroom. But you had like 2 or 3 or more vices. Like I said, I was only in there for maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, a lot of places around the world are like that. Just really, it's good for them. Too bad for everyone else, I guess. Hey, thanks, mate. I will buy some thread. Can never have too much thread. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, I think it was the law. Uh, my brain stopped working for a second. Yeah, law vices. That's the one with that kind of gear crank on the side, eh? Or is that the J vice? Yeah, a lot of people run the Rossetti Travelers. To be honest, like a Rossetti Traveler's probably a bit more my speed as far as like size and everything goes. I don't necessarily. I mean, it's a clamp vice, so technically I could bring it places with me, but the thing weighs like, I don't know, 20 pounds or something. It's ridiculous. So I wouldn't ever travel with it, but not that you need a vice named the Traveler to travel with. I mean, the vast majority of my other vices are all about the same, but I can't say I'm a huge fan of the girth of this thing. It's huge, but I mean, it just stays on my desk, so that part's fine. If I was doing any mobile stuff, though, that'd be a different story. What did you do there? One second, I think it skipped on me. You did. Little booger. One second here. Just gonna grab some hackle pliers. Just getting the sketchy. Dude, let's get you tied off before you decide to jump all over the place. There. That was kind of freaking me out there. I was like, what are you doing? Is there any difference, like, you find from the Rossetti, like, Masters to the Travelers and all that? 'Cause I know, like, a lot of their vices, just looking at them, I've only used them a handful of times, but they look like fairly similar from, one model to the other kind of thing. Mostly just the stem and the setup. But people rave about them, and a lot of people start off when they're moving up to a decent vice. So they can't be bad vices. Hey, we're just gonna use our pheasant rump here, just gonna clean her up. Strip off the fluff. Yeah, I kind of figured they looked kind of like the same, but with, you know, the extra features and fluff. One thing I'd like to get is like a toolbar, or make myself one anyway. Like my, not sure if I can get it in frame here. My bodkin holder is really just I made out a coat hanger because I was missing one. And it's worked fine for me. I can't bring myself to spend like 40 bucks on one. Okay, thanks for stopping in, mate. You have a good day. Enjoy the lunch break. I guess lunch break's over. Enjoy the rest of work. Okay, so we're just gonna grab the tip here, pulling her back. Oh, looks like we got it pretty good that time. Just gonna bring a few more fibers up. There we go. Are you gonna behave? Look like you're not. Well, yeah, we'll keep you in there for now. Okay, so just like that, and we'll tie that portion in. I'm just gonna cut this end off a little bit here first. So you end up with like a little wedge. Let's neaten that up a bit. It's a little guy. Yeah, I want to see that. I was gonna ask you if you did a video on that. I assumed you did, but cool. I probably won't get to it until my lunch break today, but hey, good to have you in from Ireland. Got a lot of cool fishermen here for across the pond. Always good to have you in. Feel free to subscribe. You can jump in again later. We like to hang out, chill, and tie flies. Talk about fishing and anything else that comes up in our life. I like Ireland and Irish people. They're all. I haven't met one I haven't liked. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be wrapping this around here. Sweet, thanks for the sub, mate. Oh, that's all good. Whenever you get it up, I'll have a look at it for sure. Oh, really? Do I have the sub on? I normally have that turned off. Let me check. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to do early streams. Just more consistent for me. Really? Is it subscriber only in the chat right now? That's weird on my. That's odd because on my side here it's showing that it's set to public. Weird. Okay, I'll have to check that next stream because I don't think I can change it since it's showing it's already set to public. Oh well, all good. maybe I'll get a couple more subs this time. Who knows? It has been set to subscriber only by default, and then I switch it back. I noticed that lately with the last couple streams, it's been set to sub only when I'm setting the stream up. Then I always sweat it back to, you know, everyone. Weird. Okay, I'll check into that. Thanks for letting me know. Obviously, I wouldn't have had any idea. Yeah, you better click on that subscribe button, because if you don't, then I guess you're not chatting. I'll have to fix that later. Ooh, buddy, don't you slip. Just hold in there for a second. Yeah, that's really weird. I swear I put that. I mean, I could just be making a mistake, but... And it's been like that for the last couple streams? Wonder if I need to reset my template. Yeah, Maddie is awesome. I'm not here for the monies or super chats, but I thoroughly appreciate them. I started when I was about 7 years old. I started tying properly when I was like about 8 years old. And I remember that specifically because I really, really wanted tying lessons from my mentor. And he had a tying TV show back then because there wasn't internet. Well, there was, but not like this kind of internet. And he used to do lessons in classes. And he specifically said that, like, there's no way I'm doing a class, or I'm not having anyone in my classes that's under 10 years old. And I was just crushed. And that lit a fire under my butt, and I tied my arse off and just started selling my flies to anyone that would buy them. And I was determined to become a good tyer because he refused to let me in his class. And I did eventually get in his class like 2 years later. But he just didn't think you know, kids under 10 could concentrate long enough to learn. But yeah, before him, my dad taught me. And I learned by snagging any books I could at a library. And it's a lifelong. Cool. Good for you, man. Yeah, mentors are an amazing thing. I mean, if I inspire a few people to... That's the problem right there, is the shipping. But yeah, of course I could use the bucktail, but getting anything across the border, even whether it's legal or not, especially right now, is a trip. So honestly, I wouldn't bother as much as I would be completely honored to have your bucktail. It's more likely it would end up going missing, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Wallace, how's it going, mate? Okay, I'm just going to be adding some head cement here, and then we'll just do just a light dab of Actually, Robert, this fly specifically is going into your fly box here. So I just got the ones for Glacier Shark and Stardusted done up, so this one's gonna be yours. Yeah, that's not like the reason I started doing earlier streams, but I'd like to get some more consistency in my streams. And as much as I personally enjoy tying at night more than I do in the morning, if I wake up early, make a nice tea, just relax, have a good morning, get my day started tying, it's going to be a lot more consistent. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's Carey Special. This one actually turned out really nice, and I like this one. Yeah, that one turned out real nice. I'm really happy with that one. Hey, Dave. You too. Have a good day at the fly shop. Just gonna rotate that for a minute here to get the head cement dried up. So this is a Carey Special. I tie mine a little bit more on the thinner side, and some people like to make the bodies fairly robust. The original pattern for the body is to use pheasant tail. I'm just using a pheasant tail colored Antron EH. Can you remind me what EHD is again? Is that like chronic wasting disease? EHD. Yeah, sorry, Robert. I'm not familiar. I should be. I'm not familiar with that. Holy cow, I don't know why Valhalla's not modded on here. Let me fix that for you. There you go, man. I got you. Let's add EWAs in here too. Okay, maybe we don't have the midges that cause it up here. Yeah, sorry, mate. I really thought I had you before there. I'm bad at that kind of thing, though. And YouTube seems to just kind of disappear people, too, as well. So I swear I had some other people set as mods, and then they're not. But it's just like subscribers and everything else. Sometimes they just seem to go poof. You're welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. I don't expect or ask anything of my mods, so if you just want to hang out and chill, don't feel obligated to do any of the moderation stuff. Exactly. I don't think we have as big a problem with chronic wasting disease or that up here. We had a big problem with the blue tongue with the bighorn sheep here last year and the year before. Alright, let's get one more gun here for Robert's box. Yeah, I'm gonna be sending these out probably Saturday for Robert and Dusted and Glacier Shark, which ironically is also my birthday. Yeah, no, I appreciate that part. I just mean I'm not expecting. Some people expect a fair bit out of their mods. For me, this whole thing's really just to chill out and enjoy ourselves and hang out with you guys. We don't get a lot of trolls in here anyway. Apparently because I have subs only turned on. I'm not sure why that's buggered up. Let me see if I can adjust that again. I haven't heard that one in a bit. Huh. Sorry guys, just give me a second here. I'm just gonna see if I can fix this. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have a few mods. There's been a few people that come in, but I mean, unless they're being like a ridiculous troll, I don't expect you guys to jump on them. I think everyone's got space to have their opinion. Wow, that's weird. I'm not sure why it's showing that it's showing public and everyone's available in the chat. I don't know why it's showing up as sub only. Huh, okay. Well, I'm gonna forget about it for now. Because I don't think there's anything I can do about it unless I reset the stream. I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're gonna get to another tail. It's just shoulder side of the pheasant rump. Really? That's weird, because everyone else is saying it's showing sub only. Yeah, my end shows chat publicly. Who knows, maybe it's something screwy with YouTube. Weird, why would it change if you're a mod? Huh. I'll have a look at my settings before when I do the next one. I'm not sure why that would change anything. No worries, Ewan. Thanks for stopping in for your work. That means a lot to me, mate. Yeah, hopefully your shift goes good. I'll be doing the same thing shortly after I get the kids to school. Oh, I can just obliterate some cocoa milk. It's just something about chocolate milk that just, it's a perfect combination, right? I keep forgetting it's Friday. My regular days off are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Friday is kind of like my hump day. There you go. There, I like how that body turned out. Or underbody, anyway. That was nice and clean. That's good stuff. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes just mix in some cheap cocoa and it's better than store-bought stuff. Yeah, just going with the medium soft wire. I'm gonna miss this spool when it finally runs out. Which probably isn't gonna be that long because I use it for a lot. It's a old, they don't make this anymore. Not that it's just copper wires. Of course they make it, but like Uni's new copper wire has a completely different, how do you say it? Brain gone blank on me. I love coffee. I just can't drink it anymore. It goes right through me. Drink tea though. But I love coffee. But yep, Earl Grey this morning. That's a particularly good Earl Grey this morning. Yeah, sorry, the annealing of the wire is different now. It's a lot more almost spring hardened. Like this stuff it's soft, but it's soft and it has a bit of a memory to it, where the new stuff really is just different. I'm not sure exactly what they did differently, but I prefer the older stuff. It actually is really similar to the copper wire you get in telephone wire. If you get like 5-strand telephone wire. Hey, good for you! You'll enjoy that. It's always good to do that thing at like a fly shop when you're first starting out, because they can hit down some of the bad newbie habits right off the hop and hopefully make you feel comfortable. And we're just going to be using this kind of nice, dirty, pheasant colored. It's an acrylic yarn. It looks like a wool, but it's not. Yeah, I got my, well, if I can, I don't know if it'll show up on there. Can't really see it too well, but just got myself with the axe while I was splitting wood. It's all healed up now, but for a few days there it hurt good. I normally wear gloves, and it was just, I was in a rush, just wanted to cut some wood and kindling up quick, and thwack. I was like, oh, dang. But I mean, we've all been there, right? Oh, no. That's the thing with like hammering with partners. There's a big trust element there. I love watching that kind of thing too. You're like to twack, to twack, to twack, to twack. Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people don't get with reenactment fighting and stuff is some of the plastic and foam stuff, like, it can still hurt good if you get it in the wrong spot. Yeah, my dog's the same way. If he wants to play, it's playtime. I'm just gonna back wrap this a little bit. We got a clean spot to put our hurl. Like the perfect color thread. Not that I care much about colored thread, but when you have some that works out as well as this, it just works out really well for this fly. Makes me happy. Yeah, Robert, I hope that tying lesson goes good for you. I'm sure it will. This is a Uni 6-aught? Yeah. Uni 6-aught in camel. They have a pheasant colored thread, but for my money, this camel just seems to go better with the a lot of the pheasant flies I do. Actually, we'll just helicopter that out. Camel is a slightly darker colored thread. I wonder if I can show you on here. Yeah, you can kind of see like the heads on there are just a hair kind of more walnutty. Good. Salmon egg yarn's fun to play with. I got a whack of it I really need to use up and get into making into stuff. It's fun to play with because it's like, it's soft, it's wispy, it's a little, lack of a better way to say it, forgiving. Yeah, I normally use 8/0 is my go-to tying thread. For these larger hooks, I use the 6. This is a, what size are we here? 6, size 6, I think. That's on my list of things to do more of, just like some simple egg patterns. It's not, we're kind of out of the season for it now because the salmon run's kind of done, but I didn't really get to tie as many as I would have liked this round. Oop. Would like to actually get more kind of seasonal tying going in here. Oh, buddy, come on, just hold in there. You can skip this peacock hurl thorax chunk there, but I find that makes it works a lot better with it, and I just like it. The only It's raining stupid hard here, and then last night I'm happy it's like just above freezing, like 0 degrees to 1 degree. I was really hoping it wasn't gonna turn to rain, but it was just gushing off our roof. So yeah, you must do roof fixing then, eh? That's cool. Um, kind of only because egg yarn's, just fun to play with and everything. The only advice I'd give you beforehand, especially if you're a roofer, do your hands up with some good hand cream beforehand, especially if you got a lot of hangnails and that, because of course I'm sure you know as you've been playing with it, as you're doing it up, if you get a burr or something caught in it, you can pull it out pretty easy. So if you do up your hands with some hand cream like several hours before, it'll help soften everything up and hopefully reduce that a bit. But yeah, I think today's the last day we're supposed to get rain, and then it's supposed to dry up, which I'm thankful for because it's been just gobbing it out last bit here. Okay, that's done, so we're just gonna tie in our, I need to get another pheasant rump feather here. I wasn't, they weren't calling for rain today up until, well, sometime yesterday, I think. It was supposed to actually be dry. Yeah, the forecasts are not always super accurate. But what are you gonna do? I did too when I woke up to moss. Okay, let's check the length on these guys. Yeah, maybe just a hair shorter than the last one, but I think it'll do. Oh, yeah, I got a few broken fibers in there, but nothing too crazy. Straighten up. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why they hang out at universities so much. We have the same problems here. Oh, cool. Yeah, the whole lake effect thing is pretty nifty. Not just with snow and that, but like the way it just kind of makes its own weather. There you go. I was thinking of the other pigs, but like every I never really thought about that, but yeah, like almost every university slash whatever college, I guess, we have up here has like a rabbit problem or a rat problem. I always just kind of attributed it to people like releasing them or having them as pets and releasing them. I'm just gonna add a little bit of rosin to this. Yeah, it's Robert's fault. I've always wanted to do like maintenance stuff like that and just kind of. I was a locksmith for years, so it was fun to kind of just wander around and do security stuff, but I always figured that being like a maintenance person would be kind of similar, where you're just wandering around just fixing random stuff that is on your work docket. Really? I keep forgetting that they have charters on lakes like that. I just don't think of them as something you would charter fishing for, but they are world famous. So it's kind of going all over the place on me, but I'm gonna straighten her out here in a sec. The racus is breaking where my fingers are, so I'm kind of regretting not grabbing a tackle plier. Come on, buddy, don't break on me. I don't know if you guys got that in frame or not, but look at that. Just like coming apart on me. That's good. We don't need that part. Really? I expected it to be so big it wouldn't matter. I guess if you're dumping waste in, you're dumping waste in, whether it's a big lake or a small lake. Yeah, they are. A lot of people really hate. Like if you look up tying patterns for this fly, you get a lot of people complaining about tying the rump feathers in as a soft tackle. There's a number of other methods to do it. You don't have to wrap the sock tackle like that. You can. Yeah, that worked out well. That's a good length. I like it between about halfway on the tail and the tip of the tail. Anywhere in that range there is perfect. We had really. Yeah, we had a bad year for algae bloom up here. My wife's boss's dog actually passed away from it because he was swimming in it. Like, you don't really know until it's too late, because for the 99% of the year it's perfectly fine, and then the algae does its thing, and it's not the algae, but it's the waste products that they leave behind. But normally our water's so cold it kills all that off and they don't bloom. But we just had a not exceedingly warm winter, but everything just lined up for the algae to go crazy. But yeah, anytime people or animals die from that, it's sad. It's pretty, I'd like to think it's fairly rare here, but it's definitely something that we're concerned about. Pretty freaky when you can like go into kidney failure just by swimming into water that looks, perfectly pristine. Oh, like after they popped and sunk? Oh, that's funny. I wouldn't have even thought about that. Well, hopefully your doggo can eat up good. I think I vaguely recall something about like a balloon. They were trying to do like a Guinness World Record or something. Was that the one you guys are talking about? I remember hearing something on the news about balloons being released in that area and going horribly wrong. That's what I like about this this camel colored thread that Uni puts out, is when you get lacquer on it, it just makes that really nice kind of like walnut honey color for a head, which to me is like super buggy. It looks just like a stonefly head or something like that. Especially like middle of summer, a lot of the bugs get this kind of dark brown carapace look. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I heard too, is that the wind got away from them and they started kind of going all over. Hey Doug, thanks for popping back in. Here, let me give you let's mod you up. Surprised I haven't had you modded yet. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I'm remembering the news article now. I kind of wish that YouTube gave you the option to like check everyone else's channel out in live streams like this, and not, you can do that as a moderator, but not as a moderator you can't jump around, which I think is kind of silly. No worries. My pleasure to have you in. Like I said, I don't ask a whole lot from my mods. If you want to just come in and hang out and chill, you're more than welcome. Don't think it comes with a lot of responsibility. It's more just to connect with everyone else and enjoy yourself. Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, that was a big deal. Yeah. I mean, I guess what are you gonna do, right? Yeah, I heard about that too. I'm assuming industrial stuff. Oh yeah, get some more tail fibers here. Yeah, it sounds like everyone's heading off to work today. Hopefully the lentil soup turns out good. I like me a lentil soup on a cold, rainy day like this. Oh, I'm sure that's not all they've earned. Oh, I'm glad you're in here too, Robert. Yeah, I'm sure he's got gobs of houses around there. Probably a lot of commercial property in that too, I'd imagine. I hope he does some good stuff for the community too. But generally, people in that tax bracket take more than they give. Yeah, well, that is true too. Sometimes people have good intentions and it just goes sideways. But I guess that's part of being human. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a house like anywhere that's funny. Should charge him parking. Grab a hackle plier. Now, there's a difference between being a pushover and being a nice guy. Yeah, unfortunately, we have a lot of towns like that in BC here too, like mostly mining and some forestry, but mostly industry in general, I guess would be a better way to generalize it. Hey, how's it going, mate? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, it's sad when you get. We haven't had a train derailment around here that caused. Um, we've had other issues with trains though, like the town of Lytton. That's several hours away from me, but not too terribly far. Um, the whole town burnt down from a fire from the train, probably dragging junk or dragging a chain by accident or something like that. And then they had another fire this year from the same thing. You figure they'd have it sorted by now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My personal best brown trout. I got it in the not the North Tom. I want to say North Thompson, but it's actually the Thompson. Um, in a provincial park, and I was fishing on. What was I doing? I had a bait caster. It was actually like a steelhead setup, and a. We always call them T-handles. I don't know what the actual term is for them, but it's like a big spinner. But he was a girthy monster. I didn't even know we had brown trout like that in the river there. I didn't see the satellite images, but I did see other stuff. It's pretty crazy the amount of damage that caused. But I guess you got a lot of mass and a lot of movement, and a lot of force, and it can also cause a lot of damage at the same time. I feel bad for. Yeah, browns are like magical. Oh, I let them go. Partially because I wasn't even sure what it was. I wasn't sure if it was like a massive Dolly Varden or if it was like a, because it was like a beautiful, heavy copper color. Like it looked almost like a penny. It was crazy, beautifully bright, like a shiny penny. I was like, wasn't 100% sure what it was, to be honest, because like I said, I didn't even know we had browns there. And then I talked to a few other fly fishermen in here, and that's kind of their, not go-to, but their one thing that they're really, really after is browns in that part of the river, because apparently they're huge. But he was probably, oh, he was pushing 10 pounds anyway. Like he was, like I had to hold him with 2 hands, and he was a girthy boy. But for me, it wasn't the size so much, it was just the fish was absolutely gorgeous. It was amazing. It almost looked fake. It was so bright, colorful. Yeah, I don't have any photos. I didn't have a camera with me, unfortunately. I really wish I did. Didn't even have my cell phone because there's no cell service down there. I didn't want to drop it in the water. So I didn't have waders or anything. I was just out there in my shorts. Yeah, I think he might have been like 11, 12 maybe, but I know he was definitely at least 10. But like I said, for me it wasn't the size so much as it was just he was absolutely gorgeous. And that's saying a good bit. We get a lot of really beautiful fish up here. Burbot's always something I've wanted to try. I've never got one. That's on my list. They're just kind of a neat fish. Not pretty or anything. And I've got walleye before. That was cool. They fought a lot better than I was expecting them to be honest. course, when you get a fish like that, it's always gonna be a time when you don't have a camera, right? Pictures or it didn't happen. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I heard a lot of people calling it, like poor man's lobster. I think it's just an interesting fish. Yeah, just cleaning off the fuzz. Yeah, I never really considered them ugly. They're just, like you said, they're unique. Well, you're getting beat on. It's gonna suck a bit. I got twacked by some arrows in reenactment a few times, and those really stung good. They put like foam around them and like bottle caps, so they're well blunted, but man, you catch them wrong, they hurt. I bet. Yeah, it's beating up old ladies. Yeah, they normally are. That's the thing a lot of people don't realize when they're watching. It's just because the weapon's blunted and foam doesn't mean it doesn't hurt like all get out. I always preferred the soft kit better, to be honest. Like it protects really well for like the type of fighting that you're doing, and it's well, main thing is not it doesn't weigh like 60 pounds. Like some of the guys' helmets that I got to try on for like heavy armor stuff. It's like crazy how heavy those are. And you get tired quick. Just like walking around with, 100 pounds of armor on you. It's exhausting. Let alone trying to fight and get your breath. Yeah, always is. There's lots of things you can do. I don't. Do they have? I'm assuming they have rules and regulations like the reenactment does up here, where if you're home making your armor, it has to meet kind of certain minimum specifications, I would assume. But there's lots of things you can do on a budget to kind of, get yourself in the middle there if you're lacking. True. Yeah, you got a lot more momentum behind it. Yeah, I kind of figure you kind of have to. Get someone showing up with a bunch of cardboard tied to themselves thinking it'll work. Good, yeah, I hope that works out for you. I really think that would be cool. Not only is generally the people that yeah, and I think the people that frequent those um, reenactment shows and just that whole scene in general are good people, and they like to support craftsmen too. So, I mean, it'd be different if you were. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, go deal with the window. Absorbent socks. Then you can hang them up and dry them and wear them later. Yeah, tell me about it. Driving anywhere's. Driving anywhere is not cheap anymore. I mean, like, when I was a teenager, gas was so cheap. We just drive for just the sake of driving because it was one of the cheapest entertainments, right? You could go all day for like a couple bucks. No worries, Rob. Yeah, good luck with the window repair. Probably won't be your last one today, it sounds like. No worries, man. I'm glad you enjoy hanging out. I enjoy having you. Just gonna get some head cement on this guy. But yeah, I wonder if that's something you could, it might be easier for you to do is doing like blanks and stuff for people to make their own custom stuff off of after. Because most of the people there like to customize their kit, but the getting started parts generally a bit on the hard side, right? Yeah, yeah. There's always the outsourcing part, right? Or I guess it's not technically outsourcing, but you know what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. It's like even fly tying. Not that I have anything against the guys that do production tying in say Kenya or all those places where most of the fly shop flies are tied. Um, I mean, they can tie them there and sell them for dozens of flies for a couple bucks. It's like I can't even buy the hook for that. I don't know where they get their supplies from. But yeah, same kind of deal. Yeah, I know it's crazy. Like I say, it's very similar to fly tying too, right? Like I can't buy this stuff and make it at that price. And I don't think that the guys that are tying in those countries are um, any less skilled. Like I really think a lot of them are extremely good. Um, they just have a different skill set, right? Because they're pumping them out. I mean, you tie a couple hundred to 1,000 flies a day, you're gonna get good. And same thing with the armor, like that. Yeah, for sure. But you'll still find that person that'll pay to have it local or pay to have it done custom. But it definitely eats up the amount of market. I would have never thought about Ukraine. Like that part of my family's from Ukraine, my grandpa's side. He's more up north by like Poland then. But I got a lot of respect for those guys. Yeah, but you're getting there. Everyone starts at zero, even them, right? The most important thing is you're putting the work in and you're starting. And you enjoy what you're doing. You got the fire for it. Very true. Not only tools too, but like mindset and tempering and well, skill set too for and similar skill set, but still you're going for a different end product. So yeah, it's like you're basically building car parts, right? Like you need something big enough you can sit an engine block in. Yeah, that's why I mainly did chainmail and leather work and smaller stuff, is because you need a whole, yeah, you need like not even a shop, you need like specific stuff just to do armor, like plate armor or whatever. Yeah, I'm just using it more of like size reference because same thing like if you're talking like the guys in India that are doing the sand casting for car parts and that. It's like that's like the same thing. It's like it's its own animal. They might be able to make a aluminum piston for you or something, but they're not going to be able to make like a chain necklace or whatever. Like it's a different, completely different thing. Well, yeah, that's true. They have a lot more, well, bigger tools too, and just different tools. And they probably got a lot of, yeah, that's the big thing is like the preforms and the casts and the stuff that you're going to use to make your bang your items out on. They probably got ones that have been passed down from mentor to mentor to mentor or redone. And also just having like, I'm just gonna move my camera here. There we go. And also just having like a lot of them probably have power hammers and that too. In this day and age, I don't know if power hammer would actually. Well, yeah. I mean, you're doing a ton of like dishing work and that, right? So I'd imagine they'd probably have a dishing power hammer. Huh. Well, I mean, there's not necessarily a glamorous thing, but nuts and bolts are what make the world go around. And there's good money in that for, you know, oil production work and stuff like that. Because you can't just go down to Walmart and pick up like a, you know, size 30. All true. I guess power hammers are more if you're taking like a large, you know, block and you need to temper it and shape it and get it down to a billet of some size quickly before it cools. Wonder if they use more like peen hammers and stuff like that to dish out with. Actually had someone break into my shed years and years and years ago. Yeah, because I guess you're starting off with like, you know, you're starting off with your stock. Oh, I got the wrong feather. One sec. Not wrong feather, but we'll save that for the next one. Where did my wire go? There it is. Yeah, I was just gonna say 3mm. They start off with like a 3, and then they're not really gonna thin it out all that much. They're just shaping it. And then you gotta make that. I'm not sure if they would curl, if they curl the edges, or if they actually put like a trim and kind of form the two of them together. Like if it's two pieces of metal, or if they curl up the edge and then form it into the, trying to think of the technical term for the, my brain wants to say bolster, but I know that's not the right term. You know, like along the edge of plate mail, you'll have that ridge. Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, you know, like on the edge of, well, just for lack of a better thing, because I got my hand here, like the edge of a bracer, you'll have a ridge, so if you have a knife sliding up, it'll catch. I would assume they roll that out of what they have. True, yeah, because you'll have, and the undergarments are just as important as the armor itself too. If you don't have good under padding, you can kind of hurt yourself almost as much wearing it. I get better movement that way too. Do they have like a specific period um, that they do for you guys for your group there, or does it kind of just free for all, whatever you want to do for your armor? Are they trying to reenact a certain time frame? Because that's the other cool thing you can rabbit hole you can go down is like the armor is changing from century to century or 14 to 15. Yeah, I kind of figured. That's where all the cool stuff is, really, in my opinion, anyway. I did up some wax leather legs that were all intricately tooled, and they were, in my opinion, beautiful, and the customer was really happy with them. But I did up these really nice leggings, like leg plates for her, and she paid me well for them, but it was so hot out by the time I got them up to the spot where we're doing the reenactment stuff. They almost like kind of melted in the back of the car. The difference I found when I was going up against someone that was more experienced to less is it's just less effort for them, right? Like, oh, they could be. Yeah, it just seems like if you're fighting someone that's been doing it for a while, they almost like they walk around you, you know, like they're just like la da da, just like they're just going out for a Sunday stroll, and it takes a lot more to kind of wear them down. They're a lot more patient. At least that's what I found anyway. Really need to set up that stream bot a little better and put some effort into it. Just got it running on default. Yeah, I've definitely run into those where you're like Dude, what are you even here for? You just, you know. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, what they're even there for, you know? Like, there's no need for that. Everyone's just there trying to enjoy themselves, take the fun out of it. Not happy with that one. That turned out well. Just gonna make this. I used to do Aikido too, and it was like that. Um, you get people that were like super flexible, and it'd be hard to find that pain point where, like, some of them you could just bend them right back, and other people you felt like you're breaking their arm. Well, that's very true. Yeah, you gotta counter whatever they're sending your way. And that, again, that's part of the experiencing, right? Like the more experienced guys, I'll see them coming to mind. We're trying to bash each other with sticks. Chill out, man. Yeah, you'll get those old hat guys there too that have been doing it forever that are a little on the stuffy side as well. So good. I'm glad. I know you're psych. Oh my god, broke my thread. Pulled a little too hard. Well, good thing I had two half hitches in there. Let's get that started again. Ah, okay, cool. We have some people that do that up here. Do the Scottish stuff in the Highland, the sword dancing and all that. Isn't that like club fighting, if I'm not mistaken? I think shinty's like a shillelagh or whatever, right? Isn't it? Or am I completely off base here? I'm not Scottish, so I don't know. I'm just going by what my brain's telling me. Hopefully, Doug will chime in there. A lot of respect for Scottish culture, though. I think it's really cool. No, you won't be. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, yeah. I was right. Okay, cool. Yeah, they remind me of like the shillelagh, if that's the right way you say that word, shillelagh. It's a type of like club walking stick. Well, that's fine. You gotta find what you love and stick with it. Well, unless you find something else you love and then move on. But typically, that's how you get better at something, right? Probably. It's a pretty classic activity, so. I know they still do it here even. But we have a lot of Scottish and Irish that came over. Okay. Cool, thanks, Doug. I like learning new stuff like that. Appreciate that. It doesn't matter what side of that hobby you pick. I mean, you can get into some rabbit holes. I got so far down the chain making rabbit hole, I tell you. Just something so simple as loop and chain, like you could spend years learning that. Really? Interesting. Mycology's, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's like fungus, bacteria stuff, right? Or am I completely off in left field here? Yeah, that stuff is super interesting. Hey, Robert, good to have you back. We're just talking about Valhalla getting his butt kicked by a child. He was a big child, mind you. Who's that, Paul? Why does that name sound familiar? Does he do any social media stuff? I wonder if I've run across him. Yeah, I'm happy how this one turned out too. Hey, it's Villagrams. Hey man, I didn't see your name in the chat there, I just heard you. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully everything's going good with you and your family there too. Yeah, bye, kid. Hey, Villa, isn't we're actually doing good now. I mean, like, yeah, that'd be him. We're doing good now. Like, we're right around freezing, like 1 degree, 2 degrees, Canadian right now. But like 2 weeks ago, we were at like -15. It got cold. Thankfully, we didn't have any rain, so we didn't get any snow. But the temperature just dropped. But it went back up. But yeah, was not ready for it to drop down that quick. Hey Phil, isn't it can't you post it on your just do it up as a short or something and throw it on your channel? And at least you get some content at the same time, eh? I don't think like short content's not gonna affect your channel if it's slightly off of what you're doing anyway. Everyone loves that kind of stuff. Yeah, Bill, isn't it Faith's birthday soon? I thought Faith's birthday was somewhere around my birthday. If it isn't, wish her happy birthday for me. I haven't caught her on a stream in a while. Yeah, just do it like release it as a subscriber only first or something for a few days. Yeah, I'm so happy I have my wood stove, can't tell you. Although we have wood stove, propane, and electric, and we use all of them because it can get cold. And sometimes we actually need all three when it gets to like -45 and stuff up here. My birthday's tomorrow. That's why I was thinking about it, but I thought me and Faith had almost the same birthday. I could be wrong. Maybe it's one of my kids. I remember when her birthday was up, it was Maybe she actually has almost the same birthday as one of my kids then. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, birthday's tomorrow. And I got tomorrow off, so I'm gonna play a lot of video games, do a lot of fly tying, relax, enjoy myself. Yeah, it'd be cool. I'd like to see it up on YouTube. Oh, Robert. It's all good, mate. Robert, if you could email me your address or email address, just the flytyingwithnimby@gmail.com. My email's in the description or in the contact information. But yeah, Robert, if you could send me your mailing address so I can get the fly boxes mailed out to you, that would be great. Or just email me and then I'll email you back and you can shoot it to me so we can make sure we get it. I would very much appreciate. Because I got everyone else's mailing address, but I don't have yours yet and would rather do it privately for, privacy and everything, so feel free to send it by email. I do have a P.O. box listed on the channel if you guys ever want to send anything. Oh, no worries, mate. I appreciate your support. Yeah, that guy turned out really good. I'm happy with that one too. It is 6:30, however, so it's time for me to start getting the kids' breakfast made and lunches and everything for the day. I'm gonna give this a few minutes here to dry though. But yeah, really happy with everyone stopping in and hanging out at a good stream this morning. Enjoy everyone's company, everyone's chatter. Always a pleasure to have you guys in here. And yeah, no, it's always good. That's why I'm trying to do more morning streams. It's just like, I personally enjoy tying more at night, but this seems to be working out better for me. Yeah, later, Doug. Thanks for coming in. I like hanging out. I will, man. Same with your family too, eh? Even if it's not Faith's birthday, just give her a hi for me. There you go. Okay, everyone, have a good morning. I'm working later tonight, so it's unlikely I'll be on later, but I might be. Because I get to sleep in, yay. But if I don't see you, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks kindly. Have a good one. Yeah, Valhalla's, I'm doing promotional for him. Yeah, have a good morning, everyone.